Welcome back to another day in the life of a freelance photographer. That's right, we're taking a break from reselling today. We're going to be heading south for that Holiday on the Bay 5K in Everett, right there in the port of Everett. So we got to hit the road early this morning, get down there for a 9 o'clock start. So I've been busy, handled a little bit of business, got my 2 eBay store orders packed up and ready, and we're going to hit the road and get down there. Alright, we made it down here to the 5K on the Bay. So I guess the race is sponsored by Proliance Surgeons Everett Bone and Joint. There you see their nice banner, and this is the finish line here. Looks like they got a nice inflatable setup here. This looks to be brand new. Pretty nice little setup here at the finish line. They got all the beverages set out here for the runners when they finish. They also have some tasty treats here. We got Pop-Tarts, strawberry, and brown cinnamon and sugar.
So this is the youth meeting.
Okay, that's probably...
Look at the decorations on all these boats out here. Everybody's ready to go for the holidays.
So, okay, I'm going to get back to the music, and we'll get you guys staged here in about 5 minutes. Take a left onto the sidewalk. Please take a left onto the sidewalk. Be careful, it's a sharp right-hand turn on. So, everybody can head on over and...
Yes, I got reindeer here.
That's used to break ice in a puppy.
So they brought some reindeer out here to the race. Look at this, we got a couple reindeer in the cage here. Ready for all the kids to enjoy. Pretty cool, see these reindeer out here. Look at this. The Martinelli's ready for the racer.
The music which nobody gets enough of this time of year. So.
Alright, we just finished the Holiday 5K on the Bay here in Everett, the port of Everett. Put on another great event by the Snow Shunning Company. As you saw there, I got the last 3 bags of garbage. We got to go find the dumpster and distribute those trash bags into the proper receptacles, and then we'll be done with this portion of the day. Alright, so we got that garbage taken care of, found the dumpster, put that in the dumpster, and I thought I'd give you guys a look at the port down here. Since we're down here on this beautiful water, the rain has held off all morning. We got a nice view. Let's take a look. Here you can see that little boat launch. The guys are loading up their boats, and pretty peaceful out here. Got a little overcast, but it's a pretty nice day for a little walk around the port. This is actually a great place to come and take some photos. We've been down here and done some portrait shoots before. They've got some really fun kind of industrial art pieces, as you can see here. This almost looks like a whale tail or something, but pretty cool little piece down here. I always like to take a second to come out here and appreciate the art that the city puts out here for us to enjoy. And look at this playground. They got a nice one for the kids out here. They got a little octopus, a little ship. It's ship themed. Look at this. They even got a little sunken treasure hunt here. Look at this. They got the little squirrel there. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for visiting. Look at this, they got the fishing pier. I think there's only 2 guys out there with poles in the water though. That's pretty good odds if you're fishing. If there's only a few fish and there's only 2 guys with poles in the water, you got a pretty good chance. Look at this, another nautical themed bench. This is pretty cool. Shaped like a little boat. Has 2 benches on both sides, I think. Boating and pleasure, cruising on the north waterfront. And look at this, they got a little steering wheel here. You could be the front of the boat at the, what is it, the stern or the helm? Jetty Island, a perfect blend of ecosystem and recreation. Look at that guy. He got the mother lode. Look at that size of that fish. Wow. This is a pretty good idea. Kayakshare.com. Self-serve kayak rental. You just come out here and help yourself, I guess. Alright, so I thought I would stop here in Marysville. Check out this outlet store. We were here the other day. It's right next to the Value Village here in Marysville. We found some good deals on the rack outside. Dollar deals. I think things were 90% off last time I was here. So we're going to check the rack again. Maybe we can find a few more scores and maybe pop in Value Village and see what we can find in there as well. After that, I got to stop by my mom's. We have this bed frame I left there from the last storage clean out. I want to break that down and get that ready to recycle. It was just a extra bed frame, and then we have the box spring in my truck that we have to deal with. So kind of a little tie the loose ends of a storage unit. Sometimes there's a few items you got to deal with, and that's what we're working on today. But first, let's get in this outlet store and see what we can find. They got these gourmet air fryers. They're just $89.99. Pretty nice looking air fryer. Alright, we got some good deals there. The box store, that's kind of a fun store to go through. They say they get new orders in every Thursday, so they always have fresh inventory. I'm going to go in and take a look at a few more sales. They have a little section where clothing is more on sale. I got about a few items. Like I said, $6.38 we spent. A few clothing items off the rack that were 90% off. So that brings it down to like $1 per item. So you can't beat that. We can easily resell them. There was a nice cycling jersey, a pair of pants, a couple t-shirts. I'll show you guys that stuff later, but also got a couple of little snacks while I was in there. There's some good deals. Let me show you. These little Rice Krispie treats, chocolatey chip cookie dough, 59 cents. So I got 2 of those. And then I got this little chocolate bar for just 29 cents, little Hershey's milk chocolate. And finally I got a couple LaCroix. These LaCroix were only 49 cents. So some nice sparkling water. So pretty cheap little snack spot if you want to get a few additional snacks. Not too healthy, but should be fun to eat all that. Alright, so I went back in there and I spent another $5.38. They had these big kind of bins that you can dig through, and pretty much all the same kind of clothing, but if you find the white tags, again, they're 90% off of the white. So I went through there and I found a few more clothing items that were just $1 because they're listed at $10, so 90% off of that. And there were also these hats, these kind of bucket hats that had a big A on the front of them, and they were just $1, so 90% off of $1. I couldn't resist. 10 cents each. I got 11 of them, so that'll be one listing on eBay, and quantity number 11. So we should be able to make a decent amount of money. You know, you sell one of them and you're in the profit. So not a bad little deal. So here they are. They're nice looking bucket hats, pretty soft, but they do have that A on the front of them. I guess you could take that off if you really wanted to get a little stitch remover and just take the stitches out and get a nice little bucket hat for cheap. But 10 cents a piece, I couldn't pass it up. So while I'm here, I think I might do a quick little walkthrough at Value Village, kind of checking for Christmas items. You know, it is the season, so I got to think about putting a few Christmas items up. Hopefully we can sell a few Christmas items this holiday season. We just sold a dancing Santa, but unfortunately they got it and they said it didn't dance. So apparently it was new in box, but maybe it was old and the batteries didn't work or something. I don't know. But that happens on occasion. I guess you just got to roll with the punches. And I told them, you know, if you want to send it back for a full refund, you can. But they chose to leave negative feedback without contacting me first, which is always a little frustrating as a seller. You know, if you get something and it doesn't work, contact the seller. You know, there's not much I can do about it now that it's been left, but kind of frustrating when those negative feedbacks roll in for stuff like that you could easily make right. So I always like to check the baseball mitt section here. We got some in here. This is probably the nicest adult size, $6.49 they want for this one. RSE 16. I probably could make some money off of this, but it's a Cal Ripken Junior Signature Series Rawlings. I don't know. It's a little bit worn there, so I think I'm going to pass on it for $6.49. Not really the season for it. There's some pretty good deals right here. This one is only $3.99. The other one's $7.99. I mean, the batteries alone would probably be worth that amount, but I don't feel like selling these tools, but pretty good deal here. This is a pretty cool little nutcracker. Look at this guy. Little King Nutcracker. So not that I need any more shoes, but look at this pair of shoes. They're pretty fancy. They're just $12.49 rather. Pretty cool looking pair of shoes. I've never seen those before. Alright, we're leaving Value Village. I spent $11.17. I did get a few items. I picked up a few Blu-rays. I figured I got a lot of media out of the last storage unit. We got all kinds of media to list, so I might as well grab a few Blu-rays. We didn't get a lot of Blu-rays, but we got a few here. This is a Beer League with Artie Lang and Ralph Macchio. We also got Jack the Giant Slayer on Blu-ray. This is looks to be some sort of maybe Disney, Bryan Singer film. And then we got a Dwayne Johnson and Billy Bob Thornton in the movie Faster. There you see it. Big Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And I got suckered into one more pair of shoes. This was just too good to pass up. Look at these Adidas Canada Trail Runner 7s. They didn't have the insoles in them, which was unfortunate, but look at these colorway. Nice pink. And these are probably worth a decent amount of money, and we got them for just $3.75. So you can't beat that buy cost on these, even if you list them for like $19.97. That's a decent little profit on one pair of shoes. Of course, you got to get some new insoles, but some people don't mind that. You know, throw a fresh pair of insoles in there, and they'll be ready to go for $20. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little sourcing adventure here in Marysville. I'm gonna head over to my mom's place and work on breaking down that bed frame. See if we can handle that, and maybe grab a tote of jewelry. We were gonna donate it to her thrift, but she says I might as well list it, so I might just grab that and list it in bulk. There was all kinds of jewelry. She says it's probably worth, you know, a $200, so maybe throw it up for $200, see if anybody wants it. You know, there's a lot of people that sell jewelry at kind of flea markets, bazaars and whatnot, and they need some costume jewelry, low price, and we got a whole tote full. So it might be a good little profit. $200. That came out of the unit we went to in Everett. The little 5x5. I guess she had a little side hustle where she sold jewelry. So we benefit from that. Lots of brand new stuff too. So should be a nice little lot if we throw that up there. Hopefully we can find a buyer for it. Alright, so I figure we hit up the Value Village and the box outlet. We might as well swing by Goodwill here and see if maybe we can find something here as well. Do a little sourcing here while we're in this neighborhood. There's always kind of a nice little mix of inventory at this Goodwill. So I haven't been in here for quite a while, but we want to poke our head in here and see if maybe we can find something. See if there's anything that we can't pass up that we could bring home and make a decent amount of profit on. So we got some nice gloves back here. This one's $12.99 over here. This one is $6.99. I was thinking about this one, but it's just kind of non-branded. We have found a good glove here before. This is a pretty cool t-shirt. Godzilla. Look at this Godzilla tee. Alright, you guys will be proud of me. I'm leaving the Goodwill empty-handed. I did run into my brother-in-law, Oak, in there with his twins. Pretty cool to see them out thrifting. I guess he's got a new job delivering for Amazon, so he says he doesn't like it very much, but it pays the bills okay. So kind of cool to see a fam out here at the thrift store. I didn't know they were into thrifting, but apparently they are. So as you could see, there were a couple fun t-shirts in there. They had that Godzilla t-shirt. I think they were asking $7.99 for that one. And the ZZ Top t-shirt was pretty cool, but they were asking $5.99 for that one. So just no money to be made. Those gloves were pretty cool. We did find a rawhide glove there that I sold for over $100 one time. So I always kind of like to check the gloves there just to see if maybe I'll stumble upon a big money glove. That one was pretty nice, probably a vintage glove, but they were asking I think $5.99, and then the other one was $12.99, just kind of a run-of-the-mill. So just no real big money to be made on those. The condition wasn't that great either, so passed up on all of it, and we're gonna move on. Look at this, on my way to Mom's house. Look at the neighbors, they got some nice little blow-ups here in their yard. You got Santa, Gingerbread Man, the whole family there. Of course, neighbors got to compete with this little dinosaur. Look at that, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Dinosaur or something. All right, so here's the bed frame I need to take apart. Unfortunately, Mom's not home, and I need some tools to do it, so it's gonna have to wait for the next time I'm here. But that's what I need to take apart. Just need to get a few little tools to unscrew those, and we'll get this thing apart and recycled. So I was kind of hoping to get that done today, but I guess that will have to wait for another day. We'll have to come back and get that thing taken apart and dealt with. That's kind of one of the things you got to do when you do some storage units. You get some excess stuff, and you got to deal with it all, and it all kind of takes time and effort and energy. So, you know, as much as I would have loved that unit did not have that bed and that box spring, that's one of the things you got to deal with when you have a unit like that. We got some good gold out of that unit, but there also is some trash or stuff that you can donate or break apart and dispose of. Sometimes I like to think about reselling as kind of just redistributing stuff, you know, finding a new home for certain things, or finding a new location for other things, and we've got plenty of inventory that we can find new owners for, but there's other stuff that we gotta just either decide if we want to recycle it, you know, take the scrap to the scrap yard or the garbage to the dump, and that's what you gotta do sometimes. I'm trying not to buy units that have a lot of stuff that require extra work like that, but I couldn't resist this one. It was just $20, and it did pay off. We have found quite a bit of nice items out of that unit, as well as that Black Hills Gold. That was the big score of the day. So a $20 unit that turns up Black Hills Gold, we'll take that. You know, having to deal with the box spring is not really a big deal. Alright, so now that we're here in Arlington, I thought we would pop into my favorite little shop here. It's called Bits and Pieces. I've only been here a few times, but I kind of like it. It's one of those booth shops where you can rent a booth, and they got all kinds of fun little vintage stuff in here. I think it is kind of catered to the vintage lifestyle, but you can find other stuff in here. Last time I bought some hats, as well as a belt buckle and a few other things, little die-cast car. So we're gonna get in here and see what they have to offer today. It looks like they have some sort of event going on down here in Arlington as well. They had the kind of Ferris wheel, so I might try to get you guys a shot of that, see what's going on downtown Arlington. Always kind of a fun little strip down here on Olympic Avenue. All kinds of fun little shops to pop in. So we're gonna get into this one. What's it called? Bits and Pieces, I think. Yeah, Bits and Pieces. We're gonna get in here and see what we got. That USA basketball, that's pretty cool. Spalding. Here's a movie that we can get behind, right? Treasure Hunt. That's what we're looking for, a little bit of treasure. Alright, so we're leaving Bits and Pieces. Spent $44.27 in there on some fresh inventory. We got some hats, we got some books, got a couple of Blu-rays and DVDs. So they didn't do a lot of filming in there. There's so much to see, but there was just a lot of people, so I didn't want to have the camera going too much. But you saw a few of the little items that we put on camera, but kind of a fun little shop to go in there. All kinds of booths. Everybody's got a different booth and different themes. A lot of jewelry. That I just didn't want to mess with. A couple of belt buckles I turned down. They were a little too much money. She wanted 8. I talked her down from 10 to 8, but she wouldn't go down to 5, so we left the one behind. Here's a look at some of the hats. We got Canadian Princess, a BC hat. We got a Seattle Mariners hat, kind of nice gray and blue there. This is some kind of a tugboat graphic. It might be vintage, but I'm not really sure. We got to do a Google image search to kind of find out what that hat is. And then we got this nice Texas Rangers hat. That's probably a $15 piece right there. We did get some media, like I told you. Slumdog Millionaire, we got that for $1. Kind of just wanted to watch that again. Day of the Dead, we picked up for $2. Look at the cover on this one. Isn't that spooky? Day of the Dead. Not sure what this goes for, but George A. Romero kind of looked pretty cool. This was an interesting one. Cher and Christina Aguilera, I imagine, in Burlesque. I didn't even hear about this movie, but we picked that up for $2 on Blu-ray. And then we got into these little golden books. I know these do quite well, so I picked up a few. They were priced, I think, around $4. Here's Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I just thought the graphics on these were pretty cool. Look at that, Yoda and all the rest of the gang there. And then we got Simba and the Big Flood. So that's always a classic, Simba. And finally we got Olaf's Frozen Adventure. So I thought, I picked some popular ones. Olaf is always popular, especially this time of year. You can't beat having a little snowman. So we're going to add that. We got this cool Corvette book. He let it go for a little cheaper than it was priced. He gave it to me for $6. So Corvettes are always popular. And finally we got this Jerry Garcia Rolling Stone magazine. So that's what we picked up. $44 spent and all. So I'm not sure how I'll do on all this, but kind of nice to get out there and support some local entrepreneurs. I always like these booth shops. I've thought about getting a booth myself, but it's a lot of work. You got to bring fresh items there, and things disappear, and just a lot of hassle, I think. And I'm not sure the profit would be there for a thing like this. I'd prefer to just do it online and kind of control it all myself. But it's kind of fun to go sourcing in a place like that. Kind of cherry pick the best of the best out of there. Stuff that you like to sell, and maybe stuff that you enjoy having. All that stuff is pretty quick and easy to list. So I should be able to knock out those listings really fast. All right, lunch is served. Little ham and cheese with a little salsa water. I'm gonna devour those two sandwiches, and I'll give you guys a look at the inventory that we got at the big box store. We got a lot of great stuff for just 99 cents. So everything was 90% off of the stuff that I bought. I showed you guys the hats, but we also got some clothing, and it was quite a deal. Not brand name stuff that'll move fast, but quality stuff that's brand new, with tags that will sell over time. And of course we got to begin the second half of the freelance photography gig. We got to get these photos uploaded to the computer and then going up to the website so that the runners can enjoy them. Go purchase them online, snowmushrunning.com, if you want to check yourself out at the finish line there. The big Holiday on the Bay 5K there in the Port of Everett. Here's a look at one of the items that I purchased for just $1 at that big box store. This is Knox Rose 4XL. This is size 4XL, so plus size stuff there for just $1. So a lot of times when people buy those pallets, that's what that store basically is. They buy the pallets from these companies that they have overstock stuff that doesn't sell. They buy that stuff and it ends up at the box outlet store, and a lot of times this stuff is either really small, size extra small or whatever, or you get the 4X like I showed you there. So the 4X is good for online though, because there's a demand for a larger size, plus size clothing, and you can make a lot of money just focusing on listing that plus size stuff. All right, let me show you the rest of what we got for just $1 at that outlet store. It was a pretty great deal. Let's take a look. I found two of these extra large cycling shirts, like short sleeve t-shirts. These are the full zip with the 3 pockets in back. The brand is Karate, C-A-R-O-T-I. So pretty nice looking extra large polyester. It might be polyester blend, but they have the pockets in the back. Let me show you guys. Pretty nice for just $1. These go for quite a bit of money. Nice cycling t-shirts. I guess t-shirts or jerseys, I guess you would call it. I also got this nice looking red dress. It's by the brand Beigei, B-E-I-G-E-I, so it must be some sort of Chinese brand, I'd imagine, but nice looking kind of a holiday dress, red V-neck, kind of a deep V. So it was kind of a little fun adventure. I didn't take any pictures in there, like I said, because there was a lot of people, but they had kind of those like big fruit boxes like they keep the watermelons in at Costco. They had like 3 of those stacked with clothing, and a lot of it was kind of the same stuff, not really desirable stuff, but if you dig through it enough, we did find a few items that I think will probably sell pretty well.
There was this blue shirt. It didn't really have a brand on it that I saw, but it kind of almost feels linen, but I checked the tag and it says cotton, so it's a nice looking solid blue dress shirt. This was one I wasn't sure if I should get, but just $1. We got it off the rack outside when I first arrived here. This is a Marvel Black Panther graphic t-shirt, short sleeve, actually sleeveless rather, sleeveless, size small. Next Level is the brand on it, but you know, the Marvel series is quite popular. There's all kinds of fans, and Black Panther was such a franchise that somebody should buy this eventually, even though it is kind of tiny.
So that's one thing I've been trying to avoid doing, trying to avoid picking up size small items, not only because they sell at a slower rate, but because I have such an abundance of them. We bought that storage unit and the gal was a size small, so we have a whole garage full of clothing in the size small that I have to get through and get listed. I might end up bulking up some of that just to give someone a good deal, but it was a lot of brand name stuff, so I might just list it over time and let those size smalls sell at the pace they sell.
Here's another one, a unbranded shirt, but it is a kind of a pale yellow turtleneck. We've been selling a lot of turtleturnecks and mock turtlenecks as of late since the weather is shifting, and this one should sell pretty quick. So I did buy this pair of pants. It's kind of like a scrubs pair of pants. Typical kind of nursing gear, I guess, but it's not a small size. It is a larger size. Let's see, a 3X petite. Again, we got it for just $1. So purple in color, kind of that maroonish purple, and we should sell that pretty quick. I'm not sure if I'm gonna list it in like the athletic pants or the nursing scrubs, but I'll make that decision and hopefully get a sale. The final item we got was this Wild Fable extra large, kind of a tan skirt. It's extra large, but it kind of stretches to fit. There you see it, extra large cotton spandex, only 5% spandex, but it does have quite a bit of stretch to it, so it's designed to be form-fitting, so a nice little skirt.
So obviously something like that isn't going to go for very much money, but when you're buying it for $1 and you can throw it up there pretty quick and make a quick sale, hopefully it's brand new with tags, so anytime you can list brand new stuff and get it at that price point, $1, you got to pick that up.
Of course, I also got these hats. We showed those to you already in the car. They have a $15 MSRP on the tag there, and again, we got them for just 10 cents each. I was thinking I might do 2 listings. You know, I could do 1 listing, quantity 11, or I could do 2 separate listings, 1 in each store, quantity 6 and quantity 5. So we might try that, 2 different listings.
So we did pick up a few hats as well. Let me give you a look at the hats that we picked up. Did I show those to you? Let me show them to you again.
If I showed these to you already, I apologize. I may have showed them to you in the car real quick, but this is what we got, these 4 hats. We got the Mariners hat, this kind of... I guess it's a, I don't know, what do you guys think that graphic is? We got to kind of figure out what that is. I think he said it's a tugboat, but I don't know if I agree with that. But here is a Texas Rangers hat, though, and finally this vintage Canadian Princess. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. Ukulele, BC. I'll probably said it way wrong, but there you see what we got, 4 hats.
So as you can tell, I'm starting to get tired. I'm not pronouncing things. The words are not coming to me. It's been a long day. We got up early, like I said, and we went down there to Everett, made all that happen. Now here we are midway through the day, and it's starting to catch up to me. But we're getting those photos up. They're almost all up to the website. Once we do that, then I'll edit a couple for Grant, and he'll let everybody know that they're out there on the site, snowmushrunning.com. So of course, while we were out there working at the running event, we did have a few items sell. We had 3 orders when we came home out of the small store. Let's take a look and see what they were.
There you see it, 3 orders for $40.03. Let's see what they were. $15.13 we sold this brand new pair of Disney Pride Collection tube socks, 2 pairs, white and blue, Mickey and Goofy. So there you see it. It says love on that one. I think there's 2 pairs according to the listing. Pride Collection. And let's see what else these photos will show. If this will go to the next photo. Come on, you can do it. Come on, sometimes it just freezes up, doesn't want to go. There it is. Okay, you saw Goofy. Oh, we went too fast now. So eventually we will find the happy medium and be able to show you these photos, but sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, I guess this is the only photo you're gonna see. There you can see the Goofy socks. So the one said love and this one had Goofy on it. For $10.78 we sold this tank top. It's a new Echo Unlimited black crew neck tank top t-shirt, size small, ribbed, solid. So I think this is one, again, that we got at Ross Dress for Less than when they have a pack of tank tops and someone someone tears it open, then they go on the rack for just $1.99. So we picked this up cheap and got it sold. Finally, for $14.12 we sold this extra large American Eagle gray long sleeve cotton crew neck thermal t-shirt top. Alright, there you can see the photos going up to the site. We're 828 into 949 left to go, so we're almost finished. So that's kind of the second part of the process of being a freelance photographer. You know, you gotta go take the photos, but then you gotta upload them to the site, and sometimes that takes a little bit of time. So we're getting those up there pretty quick, and like I said, I'll edit a few that we can put out there to the people. So having said all that, I think I'm going to call an end to this day in the life of a reseller vlog. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little adventure heading down south for the freelance photography gig, a little holiday on the bay 5K. Down there at the Port of Everett. So I want to thank the Snow Running Company for having me out there to take photos. It's always a good time to go to their events. I think the next one is the 12Ks of Christmas. That's the next event I'm going to be photographing. So you can plan to go on out to that one, run that 12K, and get your photo taken at the finish line. We're going to have a lot of photographers out there. Should be a festive time. People like to dress up and listen to Christmas music there at the start line. It should be a lot of fun, so that's always a great event. In terms of this YouTube channel, I think I'm going to focus on getting items listed. We got plenty of inventory, and we did the 3 storage units last week, so we got to kind of sort through all that stuff and focus on what we want to get done first. That's always the tough part, deciding what to list first, and then kind of handle the rest as time allows. Of course, we added a nice fresh batch of inventory today that we picked up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that little scavenger hunt through Marysville and Arlington, kind of showing you the spots that I like to hit and pick up items. There's, you know, inventory everywhere if you look for it, and you can kind of find it in each little city if you roam around enough and you find all the right spots. So this is the time of year where you really have to rely on those little spots, those thrift shops and little independent mom and pop shops, and you know, those kind of booth shops like we went to today, and those can really be tough to find that extra profit. You got to kind of haggle with them a little bit. You know, I did that a little bit today, asked for a deal, and you know, some of these booths have sales, and any little bit you can get is the actually, you know, the additional profit that's in your pocket. So don't be afraid to haggle a little. You know, you can make a few extra bucks, why not? So Monday we'll get up fresh, I'll edit this vlog, get this up, and hopefully get started on a new week. Hopefully it's a profitable week and we can get a lot of this fresh inventory online and sold, so that we can kind of feel a little bit better as we move forward. We're getting a little closer to monetizing the channel, and we need to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I was hoping to get there by the end of the year, but it looks like I might come up a little bit short. So in the new year, we're going to get to that 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours, and then we'll start earning a little bit of money off of YouTube. So that's one thing that I'm going to be looking forward to doing. So hopefully you guys will hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and make these videos a regular part of your day, so that we can get there a little sooner than later. Thanks for helping me rack up a few hours by watching this one to the very end. I know it was a long one, but a busy Sunday, and we hit record and kept it going all day. But I'm getting pretty tired, so we're going to call an end to this one. Thanks again for watching this one to the very end. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.